Welcome back to Escape the Backrooms, a game about the 600 million square miles of pure pain and suffering that you can randomly no-clip into called, that's right, the Backrooms. Now we all know about the levels filled with tons of monsters chasing you and even more waiting around every corner, but what if I told you that the Backrooms aren't actually all that bad? I mean, sure, you have levels filled with some of the most horrifying things known to mankind that'll leave you with a permanent 1,000-level stare, but you also have safe levels that not only don't have any danger, but can even help you survive. And one of those safe levels that you can finally chill out and crack open a can of almond water with the boys in is the grass rooms, which is a large indoor construction filled with grass and plants that contains rooms of various shapes and sizes. So it's kind of like the pool rooms, but instead of having pools, it just has a bunch of grass. So I guess it's actually nothing like the pool rooms at all, but I blocked out this room and then added textures, grass, props, and then set up the lighting and post-processing, and then I added even more areas and rooms scattered around that you can explore to try and find the exit. Now up until this point, every single safe level I've added has still had some sort of danger in it, but the grass rooms are different because they're completely safe and have absolutely no danger whatsoever, so you can feel free to take as much time as you want to explore.
Hello. I need some help, I'm stuck.
So it turns out that the grass rooms aren't actually completely safe, because if you happen to stand still in the grass for too long, vines will start growing around you and trap you in place, so you'll need to be constantly moving around whenever you're in grass trying to figure out how to get through the level. And if you or one of your teammates does happen to get stuck in the vines, you'll need to use a knife to very gently and very carefully cut them out of it. Or not. Now this level is rumored to not only have one possible exit from the Backrooms, but two possible exits from the Backrooms. And I don't want to spoil what they are, but you shouldn't get too excited if you happen to see something that looks like an exit, because while one of them ends up with you being alive, the other one ends up with you being 10,000 feet in the air free falling without a parachute, so make sure you make the right choice. So the next level I'm gonna add, which is probably the most asked about level ever, is level 974, which I know, I was supposed to add it over a year ago, but I didn't want to add it to the main story because unless you studied the entire Backrooms lore from start to finish, you'd have absolutely no clue why you're 11 hours into a horror game and suddenly spawn inside of a pink house filled with stuffed animals. So I redesigned the entire level from being a single room into a giant house with multiple floors and rooms to explore, and also made the entity model look a lot more detailed and not just be a random untextured stickman.
What he's doing? Why you bully me?
Now the entity in this level is extremely friendly and will actually help you escape the Backrooms, but there's one very important rule you need to always remember, and it's that whatever you do, do not mess with any of its plushies or it'll get very, very angry. So according to lore, in order to escape the level, you'll need to find stuffed animals and give them to the entity so that it'll help you escape. Just make sure not to take too long because I also made it teleport near random players, so if you happen to hear it teleport somewhere around you, make sure you stare directly at it and don't let them get too close because the entity isn't really that nice once they start to get impatient. Now I know what you guys are probably thinking. Why am I spamming even more crappy new levels instead of making the ones that are already in the game better like I said I would? And the main reason is that improving things that are already in the game takes the exact same amount of time as adding new things, and I don't want to spend a really long time only polishing old levels just to have everyone played for 5 minutes and be like, oh, that was cool, the game's a little more polished now, but like, where are all the new levels? They're coming soon, right? So even though the focus of this update is fixing all the bugs and issues in the current game instead of just pretending they don't exist, I do still want to make sure that there's at least some new levels for all of you who've already finished the game.
Hello, can anyone hear me? I'm still stuck. It's been a week.
So to fix my complete buggy mess of a game, I started off by replacing all the old item models with much more detailed and higher quality models. I mean, just look at this, the juice literally moves with the bottle. Now that's some detail right there. I also expanded some of the older levels and added animations when players use items so you can actually see when your teammates do things like drink almond water or even accidentally eat moth jelly instead of placing in the dumbwaiter like they're supposed to. And I also gave flashlights actual holding animations instead of them just having a random gun pose, which definitely looks a lot better than it did before. So before I make even more changes to the game, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe or you'll no-clip into the Backrooms. Huh? And also be sure to join my Discord and follow me on Twitter since I've been posting exclusive sneak peeks on there that you won't find anywhere else. And if you guys have been watching my videos and still haven't tried out the game yet, it's called Escape the Backrooms, so be sure to check it out using the link in the description below. Now, the biggest issue in my game that I've literally lost countless nights of sleep over is the fact that the levels in my game are extremely detailed using photoscan textures and highly realistic props, while the player model is just this goofy Roblox looking ass. Now, the reason I haven't replaced it yet is because I've tried experimenting with other player models, but it made the game feel way too different, and a lot of players somehow actually like the current model and find it really funny.
Look at this dude.
Now, I know that horror games aren't supposed to be funny, and it's actually pretty sad that it's funny since it definitely wasn't on purpose, but I got this retextured model that still looks the same, but just has higher quality textures and details, so let me know down in the comments what you guys think, because this is literally the 5th new player model I've experimented with adding to the game.
Question for you. What are those?
So all the new levels that I've added so far in this video are going to be part of alternate endings, and some of them will make you use mechanics from earlier in the game because it doesn't really make much sense that players would find a $50,000 NASA engineered LiDAR scanner and then just throw it away as soon as they finish the level. Now, I know that I haven't been uploading too often, and it's not because I don't want to. I'd upload monthly or weekly or even daily if I could. And I really do hate that it takes so long to make, since I don't want to see you guys waiting, and every time I check the comments or my Discord or my DMs or my emails, they're just spam with people asking me when the update is coming out and how long it's going to take. And the longer it takes, the angrier the messages slowly start to get. So there's a lot of pressure to make sure that it's good enough for you guys. And it's even harder because I wasn't able to work on the game for a few months since I caught a really bad case of the hydrolytis plague and had to get surgery. Now, I know that you guys probably expected it to be out by now, but I'll be uploading a trailer with the release date really soon, and it'll be coming out on